Betrayal in the City. The city was restless. Whispers of injustice floated through the streets like smoke, thick, choking, impossible to ignore. In the village of Kafira, two old parents, Doga and Nina, prepared to hold a ceremony in honor of their son Adika, a university student who had been shot dead during a peaceful protest. They wanted to lay a symbolic wreath where his blood had soaked the earth, but the government had other plans. They sent Sub-Chief Chagaga to stop them. The ceremony is illegal, he said. The past must be forgotten. But Doga and Nina could not forget. Their grief was raw, their pain unhealed. Adika had died for speaking out against corruption, against oppression, and now even mourning him was forbidden. In the city, the tension simmered. Jasper Wendo, Adika's brother, was a student too, fiery, intelligent, and angry. He refused to be silenced. He continued the resistance like a Gen Z, where Adika had left off. But the government was watching. Jasper was arrested, accused of inciting rebellion. He was thrown into prison, where he met Mosese, a former university lecturer, jailed for criticizing the regime. Mosese had once believed in change. Now he was broken, bitter, and resigned. The prison was a microcosm of Kafira, filled with those who had dared to speak, to question, to dream. Among them was Jere, a soldier who had once enforced the government's will, but now began to question its morality. He had refused to stop Doga and Nina's ceremony. For that, he too was imprisoned. Outside, the government tightened its grip. Boss, the president of Kafira, ruled with paranoia and cruelty. His cousin Mulili, a former soldier turned farmer, was his enforcer. Brash, greedy, and ruthless. Mulili silenced dissent, seized property, and betrayed anyone who stood in his way. He was the embodiment of everything wrong with post-independence leadership. Nepotism, corruption, brutality, all that kind of stuff. Tumbo, a government official, was tasked with organizing a play to entertain visiting dignitaries. Ironically, he chose Jasper, now released from prison, to write it. Jasper saw an opportunity. He would use the play to expose the truth. To challenge power. To strike back. The play was staged at the palace. The audience included Boss, Mulili, and foreign guests. Jasper's script was bold, provocative, and dangerous. It mirrored Kafira's reality, its lies, its violence, and its betrayal. As the performance unfolded, tension crackled in the air. Then, in a shocking twist, Jasper pulled out a real gun. He shot Mulili dead. The palace erupted. Guards rushed in, but Boss, shaken and exposed, did not retaliate. Instead, he began to reflect. The play had pierced his armor. The truth had landed. In the aftermath, the future of Kafira hung in the balance. Would boss change? Would the people rise? Would justice finally be served? Suspense there.